Hey there, it's Tricia with Easy Emini Trade, and I want to go over breakdowns and breakouts. Some people call everything a breakout, whether it's breaking out to the upside or downside, but I like to say breakdowns. So I'm going to show you this morning's breakdown, and I hope that you find it helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. So I'm just going to show you this on a 60-minute so I can get last week in here. But over here is volume at price. And we talk about all the time having the openings between the volume nodes. So you can see here we have this really high volume area. And then here's the next high volume area. It's not obviously as large as the area above us. But in theory, what we're looking for is we're looking for price to break below one high volume area and be pulled down to the next high volume area. And so in looking at this, you can see that we have this bottoming tail here from last week. And so what that's telling us, and then we also have one here. So what this is telling us is that sellers pushed it down, buyers pushed it back up. So realistically, this goes right in line with if we wanted to try a breakdown under that 35.50 area, that this should be able to be pulled down to our next high volume area. So now I'm just going to show you this morning on a 15-minute chart and a little bit smaller chart, and you can hopefully help that, take that as something that you can find beneficial in taking breakdowns. So here it is on a 15-minute chart, and the market was actually moving pretty well this morning pre-market if you were trading, but you don't have to. But here's that area that I just showed you on the 60. You can see that we've got that high volume area, and we are actually watching the 33 and change area since last week, but that also turned out to be Friday's low also. So here's our high volume area here on the 15, and I'm just going to kind of scrunch this up so you can see under that area from last week. So here's the high volume area up here, the opening in volume here, next high volume area below us, major high volume area would be down here at 13. And you can see that we do have this bottoming tail right here, which is at 26.25. And then we have this little bottoming tail here under 35. So if I spread this out again, so you can see this morning pre-market. So we've got that 35 marked. You can see the area reacting here this morning pre-market is actually, if we drag that a little bit lower, is actually at the area of the 33.50 spot, right? You could see the open of this red candle, the low of this green candle, low of this candle, low of this candle. So realistically, going into the open this morning at 9:30, we're looking for a breakdown under this area at 33.50, and ideally we're looking for it to tag the 26.25 area, and then based on the volume that I just showed you to the left of us, then the next target area would be 13. Now you don't have to take it off a 15-minute chart. You could take it off your regular entry chart. Just keep in mind the market was very fast this morning, so if you weren't anticipating it, not likely you got filled. So let me just show you on a range chart so you can get another view. Okay, so here it is on a 6-range chart, and admittedly it was really fast this morning, but we went into this morning with our 33.25 already marked, and you can see we open and we're going sideways here, and we're looking for a break of that 33.25, again based on the information that we already had at our disposal off our 15 or 60-minute, right? With that opening of volume, remember I showed you just a couple minutes ago. So we're looking for a breakdown under that 33.25, and you have a couple ways that you can take the entry. And it doesn't have to be a 6-range, it could be an 8-range, a 12-range, a tick chart, a 1-minute chart. It doesn't matter. Price is price. We're still looking at the same area. So it breaks the 33.25 area, and again, this was Friday's low. Now, the option is to just have an order sitting there and, confirm it with the delta and volume coming in, or you wait for it to try to get through and fail. So here it tries to get through, and you can see it bounces right back up to that 33.25, and then you can look to get in under that bar right there where I drew the blue line. So either is acceptable as long as you have confirmation from your volume and delta. So obviously we got way more of a move than we bargained for, but we were looking for a reaction at 26 and then down around 13, again based off the volume areas off the bigger chart. So we had 26.25 and then 13. So looking here, it drops, gets through 26, gets through 16, 13, and doesn't quite tag our next area of support at 7, but regardless of how you traded it, if you got to trade it, that is the best way to look for breakdowns. And you can look for tails. If you're looking for a breakdown, look for a big bottoming tail where the buyers pushed it all the way up. If you're looking for a breakout, look for a topping tail where the sellers pushed it all the way down, because basically those would be areas where people would have their stops. Okay, so I hope that you find that helpful. And then obviously here's the 15-minute chart, huge 15-minute bar, and then trades down to this area here that we just mentioned. And then we're going sideways at that time, so it does accumulate some more volume there. And the same would be true for breakouts. You would be looking for volume area openings in those volume nodes. So I think probably next week I'll do a webinar on breakouts and breakdowns, and then I might throw in some divergence. And also just a reminder, if anybody needs any practice with divergence, the workshop is still available. The workshop recording is still available, and you can get it on my site. And if you're interested in it, I'll still throw in a week in the room as well. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I hope you find it helpful. Take care.